Well, here is a fantastic summer dish for you. It's jerk chicken. Now, I always used to be a little bit scared of taking on iconic dishes. I know that the people from the Caribbean, hello, I know that some of you may be watching, love this dish. It's one of their absolute favourite things to eat, and it's jerk chicken. And they also love to eat it with rice and peas. Now, I had a very good friend called Homer who came into the studio not long ago, and he sampled my jerk chicken, and he gave it the Jamaican thumbs up. He also did a fantastic rice and peas recipe, and that is also on my website, so do go try it. Well, this is a dish full to the brim with flavour. There is so many spices and great combinations, but trust me, when you've tried this, you're not going to want any other recipe. I know that in the supermarkets they have a lot of these ready-made mixes, but really do try it because I think you'll be delighted. So what we're going to need, you're going to need a food processor for a start because there's a lot of whizzing that has to be done, but not till right at the end, so that's good. So I've got one red onion here, just chopped up roughly. So in that will go. I've got 3 lovely chunky garlic cloves. So in they go. I've just got here about a thumb-sized piece of ginger, and all I've done is literally take the rough skin off and roughly chop it. So in that goes. And also 4 spring onions here. And I'm just again going to give them a helping hand a bit just by chopping them up. The flavour of this dish is so fantastic. You know, I can certainly see why many people, especially the friends that I have from Jamaica, love it. Now, I've got a chilli here, and Homer was telling me that he tends to use what's called a Scotch bonnet. Now, I couldn't find a Scotch bonnet, surprise, surprise, so I've just used a really nice big red fat chilli. I'm going to take the seeds out for me because my family's going to have this later. And my little boy, although his palate is getting better at spicy food, he doesn't like it too hot. So I'm just going to take a few of those seeds out, and again, just give that a rough chop up and place into the food processor. Move that out the way. Also going to need the juice of a lime, so give that a squeeze. And add that. Then we're going to add some oil. About 2 tablespoons of oil. Now I'm using my rapeseed oil because you know I like it at the minute. If you're watching any of my other cookery slots, you'll know it's full of the omega oil. It's so good. You need omega-3 in your diet. So a good 2 tablespoons. And again, 2 tablespoons of cider vinegar. So in that goes. And a tablespoon of dark soy sauce. When you look at all these colours going in, this really is a great healthy dish for you. Good grinding of black pepper. About a teaspoon is needed. I love my pepper anyway, as you know, so that's absolutely no problem to me. And also a teaspoon of salt. So now to the actual spices. I've got ground allspice here. I need about a tablespoon. So in you go. About 2 teaspoons of dried thyme. A teaspoon of cayenne pepper, give it a bit of fire there. As if it's not fiery enough with the ginger and the chilli. Let's give it a bit more. Then we want half a teaspoon of nutmeg. Half a teaspoon of ground cloves. And half a teaspoon of the cinnamon. Ah, just about done. A Apart from now, we're just going to put some sugar in. And what the sugar does is it really sort of balances out the flavours and also sort of caramelizes it. So we're going to have around about roughly 2 tablespoons of the dark muscovado sugar. All we're going to do now is blitz this up into a pulp. Woohoo! The smell is amazing. And then what we've got is some chicken drumsticks. Now, if you just look at these chicken drumsticks, you'll see that I've perforated them. I've literally stabbed them with a knife, and that's because I want to get all this flavour into the chicken. You're going to leave it in the marinade for around about 4 hours. I actually like to leave mine for 8 hours and do this first thing in the morning and then eat it at night. And that way, all those great flavours really get into the meat. Another top tip is tinfoil tray. Reason I use this is because when you cook it in the oven, it really does make a mess of the tray. Top tip, top Emily tip here. If you want to be really savvy and careful with your pennies, watch out after Christmas in the January sales, because I always seem to find these at knockdown prices. So have a look in the hardware stores in around about January time, January sales, and you'll find these on offer. It's so great, and then I get stocked up with them in my cupboard for the year. So as you can see, I'm not touching the chicken because again, we've got to be careful with food hygiene. I know a lot of you will probably use this for barbecues. Please, please, please make sure you keep things cool. Make sure that you actually use different utensils, different knives. I don't want you getting food poisoning. So we're literally going to put the chicken in there. Now I've got 8 chicken drumsticks, but this marinade actually will go very well to around about 12 to even 16. And all we're going to do is just distribute out the chicken legs quite well. And just pour this lovely, 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 lovely mixture over the top. Really is fabulous. I hear all you vegetarians crying out there, but what about me? That looks like a tasty marinade. Is there anything that you can do for me? Well, yes, there is actually. You know, you can get the skewers from the shops that you use in barbecue. All you have to do is put some lovely things like red peppers, you know, all those lovely flavours that you use, some carrots, sweet potato, and literally again just marinate them in the sauce on the skewers. It really does go nicely as well. Also some onion cubes you could use on there. Delicious. What you're going to need to do now, obviously, as I've said, is to marinate this and leave it. Now, you need to put it in a cool place, which is your fridge. Best thing to do is to use some tin foil, because trust me, this really, really smells. And if you've got anything else in your fridge, it's going to overpower. So make sure that you put some tin foil on, even though it does smell absolutely delicious. I'm sure you don't want any pastry or anything else that you've got in there stinking. Not good. So just leave that to marinate and then we'll cook it later. Now they've been cooking for around about 40 minutes at 200 degrees and they're nicely cooked. What you need to check for, don't forget, we don't want you getting food poisoning. You need to just make sure you prod inside and make sure that all the juices are running clear. If they've got any blood or anything, you must make sure you get them back in the oven, because uncooked chicken can cause bellyache and give you things like salmonella. So do be careful. So now I'm going to plate up nicely. And you can even just have a few more of those juices and just drizzle it over the top. In fact, this is where rice and peas really comes into its own, because it can just mop up those beautiful juices. Ah, absolutely delicious. Now, the last time I made jerk chicken, I didn't get to try any. No. Do you know why? Because there's a greedy lot behind camera who basically demolished the lot in seconds. Yes, they did. In fact, all they left me was a couple of grains of rice and a pile of bones. But you know something? I'm going to be the taste tester this time. So, do you know, you guys behind camera, going to have to wait and watch me. Oh, you wouldn't like this. No. I definitely don't think this is as good as last time. No. Oh, so tasty. No. What are you doing? I don't think so. Oh, wait. Mine. Thank you very much. I'm taking these.